Is it too late for the San Antonio Spurs to turn their season around? What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. A rough week for our Spurs as they go 1-3, dropping a close game to the Suns at the end of the game, losing to the Warriors G League team, then getting just beat up by the Heat with a bunch of our guys out. We actually had a lot of guys against the Suns, and then coming back last night to beat our interstate rivals, the Houston Rockets. I'm going to get to my version of report card. While I'm doing so, drop a comment down below what you liked about this week, what you didn't like. Excited about Zach Collins' return. Hit that thumbs up if you like to support the channel. Subscribe for more Spurs content, and if you could share this video, I actually would appreciate it, whether it's on Facebook, Twitter, etc. Let Spurs fans, hey, there's this guy that's recapping every week that shows you the stats and how the players played. There's a lot of people that like stats, so if you're just looking for a quick place to look at the week, there it is. Share it maybe on the Spurs Reddit, the Spurs Facebook page, whatever. But I'd like to get the word out there, and you can help me do that. I feel just kind of weird sharing my own content on places as I know I don't like doing too much self-promotion. I should, but anyway, let's get into my version of report card. It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Starting off with Mr. Triple-Double. I don't think he got a triple-double this week. DeJounte Murray did miss 2 games this week. That being said, I do think DeJounte had a good week. Shot 57% from the field, 8 boards, 11 assists, 3 steals, 23 points per game. He should get into the All-Star game. Draymond Green pieced out on the All-Star game, said I'm not playing. Instead, DeJounte should be in, and I agree 100%. The only thing I'd like to see him improve a little bit wise in his metrics is get that 3-point percentage up a little bit and the free throw percentage up. But overall, the 2 games he played, I liked what I saw from DeJounte. His running mate in the backcourt, Derek, is not that person. Dang, Derek White, you got me again. The second time this season I've hit the wrong button or had something wrong. Derek White. I thought Derek also had a good week. And this is the Derek White I was hoping to see. 17 points per game, 5 assists, and shooting very well from the field. Now, I don't expect them Spurs fans to keep up 53% from the field and 50% from beyond the arc. But if he can get close to that, 45 and 40, I will take that the rest of the year. He's really struggled this season getting his shots to go in. He had a phenomenal first half against the Heat before the Heat just took off and blew out the Spurs with half the roster missing. But I like this week from Derek White, and I hope he keeps this up for the rest of the year because the Spurs are so much better with him and DeJounte on the court. I'll get into that a little bit later in the video. Up next, my man Keldon Johnson. He had a good week despite a horrific outing against the Heat, who a lot of our guys just played terrible. Keldon, Devin, Lonnie, and Primo all just really struggled against the Heat. Overall, Keldon still had a good week, shooting 51% from the field, grabbing 5 boards. Seems like he's passing the ball a little more. He's trying to distribute the ball with 3 assists and getting 18 points per game, and that's why I'd really like to see Keldon the rest of the year. 18, 5, and 3. I'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So good job, Keldon. Keep it up. Doug McBuckets. He was not Doug McDormand at all this week. Doug just absolutely shocked me when I looked up his season, or looked up his week this week. Oh my gosh. 67% from the field, and that is not a typo. 72% from beyond the arc, and it's not just a limited quantity. He took like 18 threes. I think it was 6 per game, and he missed 1 game playing 3 games. So just a really unexpected performance from Doug McDermott. 17.7 points per game in limited action, 22 minutes, about 18 points. Yeah, great job. Keep up the good work. And last but not least, our starting center, who's in the midst of a lot of trade rumors, the Toronto Raptors, the Chicago Bulls, excuse me. He did miss 2 games. He took the people's elbow in the Warriors game against Jonathan Elbow Munga and got knocked loopy. I'm shocked Jakob's back already in limited time this week, in only 22 minutes. Thought he played well. Did his normal things in the paint, defended 2 blocks per game, actually hit some free throws, and plus 13 for how little he played. You can see right there. I know some of you don't go by the plus minus, but the team is so much better when Jakob is on the floor than when he's not on the floor. And we're going to also circle back to that in a little bit after the spur of the week. I'm going somewhere with this. Anyway, let's get to our main guys off the bench. Devin Vassell. Devin gets the rare good and ugly week. Good because he was doing Devin things, playing great defense, causing turnovers. I like the rebounding at 5 rebounds. Passing is up at 2.5 assists. But his shooting, he has had a nightmare of a week, shooting only 26% from the field. And that, I feel, is going to be an anomaly more than anything. Spurs fans, I don't expect that to continue throughout the season. But really struggled this week when getting his shots to go in. I expect next week he'll be much better. But man, just a weird week for Devin Vassell. If you only knew the power of the dark side. Okay, that was not planned, but why not? Lonnie Walker, Dealing with an injury right now. Hopefully he'll be back. The Spurs are off the next 4 games, so hopefully this isn't a lingering thing. I thought Lonnie had a good bad week. Uh, the shooting percentage, same thing with Devin Vassell. Man, I want to see him get over 40% field goal percentage and 17% from beyond the arc, and just not going to cut it. That being said, gave us a little more rebounding. Defensively, I love seeing the 2 steals per game on the 1 block, so he really was active there, double-digit scoring. And then, of course, he was a human highlight reel here and there throughout the week, just doing these crazy Lonnie-type plays that only he can do on the team. So just hopefully some of those 3s start going down, and as soon as they do, he'll be back on the good side. Just good with me. Up next, Trey Jones. I don't know why, Spurs fans. For some reason, I'm not sold on him. I don't know what it is. He had a good week. He played 27 minutes, shot well from the field, even hit a couple threes, double-digit scoring, but I don't know what it is. Something just, I can't put my finger on it. I'm not sold him being the backup point guard for our team. I don't know. I don't have anything against him. Just something. I don't know. Something when he's out there. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't explain it. And last but not least, Joshua Primo, who is not quite. Let me pull you down there just a little bit, my man. There we go. Thank you, ESPN, for having a graphic. No, anyway, Joshua Primo struggles real this morning, Spurs fans. I didn't plan on doing this video this early, but I have plans, so I gotta get her done. I want to get up. That's what she said. Joshua Primo. I thought he had a good week. Now, y'all might look at his stats and say, TSR, what are you smoking? 33% from the field, 33% from beyond the arc? Yes. However, so much of that is because of the Heat game, where he was a ridiculously bad 1 for 13 and 0 for 6 from beyond the arc. You take away that one game, and he shot 50% from the field, 55% from beyond the arc, and scored 9 points per game. I'm going to give him a pass on that Heat game. He's a rookie. He's 19 years old. He's going to have games like that once in a while where we go, maybe he does need to be in the G League. So he gets a pass for that on me. But this is the only year he gets the pass. You get the teenage rookie pass. Next season, if he has a bad game like that, then it's going to affect his grade. But overall, Joshua Primo is doing things I like to see. We cut to the rim and had a huge dunk last night. Just playing, making some good defensive plays too for, his first year in the NBA and at his age. I really do think that he's got a very high ceiling. What it is, though, I don't know. Time will tell. Let's talk about the bench. Let's talk about Zach Collins making his debut for the San Antonio Spurs last night. And you have to be excited about what you saw. And Spurs fans may go, you're hyping it up too much. This man has not played an NBA game in over 500 days. And in his debut, it was against the Rockets. I know, they're not very good. You know what? Neither are we. True story. In 13 minutes, 10 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals. Hit a 3, hit a contested jump shot. Yes, he made a few mistakes. He got beat on defense a few times. He did have 2 turnovers. Again, this is his first game in a year and a half. And you got to think he's only going to get better as he gets acclimated to being back in the NBA, gets his cardio back to where it needs to be, and most importantly, playing with these guys. He's been in the G League for the last few weeks. As he continues to practice with his team and actually get game time with the team, he's only going to get better. And with him playing well, that could mean our next guy on the list, Drew Eubanks, could lose his spot to Zach Collins, barring an injury, which please don't get injured, Zach. I like Drew. He was good this week, but he's obviously not the long-term answer as our backup center. KBD, KBD, 2 games, 13 minutes, 3 points per game. Nothing stood out good or bad. He didn't really play a whole lot to really evaluate him. Next one I want to talk about, this one's a little more serious issue, Spurs fans. Jacques Landale is in concussion protocol again. This is the second time this season. I believe the last time was near the end of the preseason. He took a shot to the head. You guys said in the live chat last night that he has had concussion issues in college. This worries me for this young man. Health is most important first and foremost. He's 26 years old. As somebody that's had a couple concussions before, thankfully not one in a really long time, once you get one, they're very easy to repeat. And then once you get a couple, you don't think concussions with the NBA. When you think concussion, you think NFL. I'm not sure how the concussions are in the NHL, but I got to think they have issues over there with all the checking that they do. But, man, I really worry about him. He could be out for a while because of this. You got to be very careful with head injuries. Devin Mitchell, I think, with the Jazz, is having some concussion issues and has missed like 7 or 8 games. He's been out for a couple of weeks. Didn't do much in the time he was in there this week. 2 games, 13 minutes, 3.5 points per game. The jury's really out on Jacques Landale right now. I really was excited and thought he could be our legit backup center, the Yak and Jacques connection. But so far, He's been very up and down, and now with the injury concerns, I don't know what this means moving forward for him in his very young NBA career. Up next, Thaddeus Young. He got the start versus the Heat, 24 minutes, 7 points, rebounds, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Looked good. Another player I don't think we'll see again this season. The trade deadline is literally next week. We've got to get something for him. He's not coming back next year. He's not happy just sitting on the bench, not contributing. So, second round pick, whatever. Get Selena Gomez for Thaddeus Young. I mean, I would take that trade. I don't know. Anyway, up next, Joe Wieskamp. 1 game, 11 minutes, 5 points versus the Heat. Garbage time. Not much to say there. Juancho. Speaking of Gomez's, Juancho played in 3 games. Juancho! 3 games. He just has a fun name to say. I'm sorry. 13 minutes, 2.3 points, 3.5 rebounds. He's going to be garbage time, Juancho. I hate to say it. With everybody pretty much healthy, especially with the 4 days off, to get everybody healthy, he's not going to get any playing time. He hasn't shown me anything bad out on the court. He hasn't shown me anything great on the court. He might be a good player given the opportunity, a very good role player off the bench. He's not going to get that opportunity here in San Antonio, I don't think. I hope he proves me wrong, though. I do. Last but not least, Devontae K. Cock. This guy deserves some playing time. He does. He does what we need. He grabs rebounds. He's nasty in the paint. He'll dunk with authority and just anger. 1 game against the Heat, 9 minutes, 8 rebounds in 9 minutes. Mind you, garbage time, but still 8 rebounds, 8 points, 6 rebounds. I obviously am tired, and 2 blocks. For a team that needs size and that's getting crushed on the boards on a regular basis, you have a 6'7" beast. He's a big dude. He's not the tallest guy in the roster, but he's stacked. And for some reason, he's in G League purgatory where he's crushing it and just can't crack the line up here. I don't know. I don't get it. I maybe rolled the dice on Devontae over KBD just because of the size, but maybe the Spurs like KBD's length. I don't know. It is what it is. Let's get to my Spur of the week. You could make an argument for DeJounte Murray, and I would get that. 23 points, 8 boards, 11 assists. However, he only played in 2 games. Don't forget the 3 steals. And the guy that really surprised me this week was none other Doug. Doug's my player of the week. Just giving us such incredible firepower with the shooting. Just a lights-out shooting performance. 72% is absolutely ridiculous from beyond the arc, and he just really exceeded all my expectations. Now, if you're still here, I said I would circle back a couple times in regards to the Spurs and the record and DeJounte, Derek, and Yak and how they're better, and they are. I saw a stat, and I don't remember the exact stat, but I think maybe it was on Pounding the Rock. I was looking at it this morning at 12 a.m., so it's a little fuzzy, but they said the Spurs were either 18-20 or 16-18 when DeJounte, Derek, and Yaka played together. All 3 have missed substantial time this year. Whatever the stat was, it was 2 games under 500. 2 games under 500, Spurs fans, is 9th place, and you're in the play-in in the Western Conference. So they're not as bad, I think, as we think they are. The problem is we've had so many players in and out of the lineup this year. We've had a lot of inconsistencies. We've obviously blown a lot of games we shouldn't have. I feel like they truly are 1 player away from being a playoff team. Could it be Zach Collins? I don't know. If it is, then this could be a fun second half of the season with the All-Star break coming up soon, and we'll see. I mean, I don't want to get too hyped up about Zach, but I like what I'm seeing so far. Up next, the rodeo road trip is coming up. The Spurs have the next 3 days off. They're off tonight. I'll be doing a lot of TSR gaming, so if you haven't heard about TSR gaming, I've got a gaming channel. I'll drop a link in the comments down below. Let's see if we can get to 100 subscribers this weekend. That'd be really cool. But the Spurs got the Cavs, Hawks, and Pelicans coming up. 8-game road trip. I do plan on calling all 3 games next week. And we can go 2-1. We can definitely go 2-1. I don't think about 3-0. Probably not. The Cavs give us so much trouble because of their size, but I think we could beat the Hawks, and we definitely could beat the Pelicans. So that's all I got, Spurs fans. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I appreciate your support. And until next time, and as always, go Spurs, go!